Alright, so I assume now we should be good to go with the Inspirobot Mindfulness mode stream. Just wanted to double check to make sure the title of the stream was correct, and now it's been updated as such. And personally, I think I'm just going to jump into Inspirobot Mindfulness mode straight away. I think I'll just get into it immediately. Turn on your speakers, they are already on, and press start to artificially, intelligently generate infinite amounts of fullness for your empty human mind.
Consciousness is just a reflection of the inner exploratory nature of the infinite.
Alright, it's back.
Remember how the knowing once said, "It's time you learn to be impressed by the wind."
Well, currently, yeah, I mean, the stream has literally just started, by the way. I just went live, so... Not too surprised
She is one with the world around you.
Not too surprised to see only one person here at the moment.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath. In and out.
Oh no, just give me something funny already. Just give me something, like, spectacularly dumb.
A man and a kingdom don't go well together. Pay attention to your gonad disconnecting from your breath.
My what disconnecting from my breath?
Chant this mantra to yourself. Being is not real.
Being is not real.
Being is not real. Take a deep breath.
Well, these are inspirational quotes. This is basically a meditation sequence that's being generated by an AI.
Wisdom. Confusions are evidence that you are on track.
Yeah, it's basically a meditation sequence, but
Focus
everything
on
that's
the
being
breath.
spoken came from a robot. Apparently, they're still having trouble
Stay
finding
focused
photos
on the
even,
breath.
I don't know, 2 years from now. I remember even 2 years ago, I'd see we couldn't find that photo.
Always search for the being of electricity. Keep reminding yourself that you are infinite.
That I am infinite. I
Take a
personally
deep
would
breath.
rather you don't.
In and out. Long ago, in the early Middle Ages, lived a simple-minded monk who was trying to find a friend in the wilderness. That was when he came upon an old woman. "Where can I find a friend?" he asked the woman. The woman closed her eyes as if in a trance. Then she answered, "A friend is within you." The monk became confused by the woman's answer and did as she had said. Later that day, when he was hugging his apple tree, the monk realized, each human being is created from love if only we believe in ourselves. Shortly thereafter, he found a friend and he was never displeased again.
Oh, so there's a happy ending.
Keep on breathing. Content marketing makes you beat what others see as unbeatable.
Well, the robot's learning, and it's
Thinking
making
that
things
the
up
body
from
and
what it
humanity
learns.
itself are interdependent.
Is the robot generating stuff? Yeah, basically. I assume it's given a bunch of text data to just learn from.
Keep your eyes closed.
it's trained on that, and then it just produces its own output.
No one should ever have to tell you that you are confused about existence. Chant this mantra to yourself. I am very, very kind.
I am very, very kind.
Contemplate that ancient Chinese folk wisdom. With erotic dreaming comes erotic failure.
I wonder how erotic failure is even supposed to work.
Keep chanting this mantra.
Right, so it's basically
really,
just...
really popular.
Is it basically
really,
just normal
really
failure,
popular.
but people can get off to it?
Focus on how your sphincter is obliterating your physical self.
I'm gonna have to seriously look up what a sphincter is after this stream.
One day you'll be starving. Allow yourself to breathe uncontrollably. Only through the self-sacrifice of entertainment will you achieve possession.
Why am I
Engage in
watching
unlawful
this?
madness.
Waiting for something hilariously dumb to come up.
Ignore the connection between your consciousness and gravity.
I don't know, for example, on one of these streams, the AI said, "Why don't you quit quitting?"
Feel your mind rise and fall. Without a brother, there can be no fire.
And also in that same one, people keep fucking up. Also, suffocate
Take
your inner
notice of
child.
how your pineal gland is connecting you to your body.
I mean, whenever I find a really funny one that I find funny, I tend to print screen it and just save it in like a folder.
Compersion is at the center of all art.
Yeah, I basically have like a couple print screens all in a folder from some of these, well, some of my favorite moments watching
Repeat
these.
this to yourself. Being is special. Being is special. Being is special. Keep repeating this to yourself. My being matters.
My being matters. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of filler with this AI.
Let yourself be guided by the ancient religious folk wisdom. Modern society without whining is possible.
Especially if you come looking to laugh your ass off, then a lot of this just comes off as filler.
Begin to feel the heaviness of the thoughts in your head sinking into the floor.
Well, if you were to train it on
Tell
that,
yourself,
then definitely.
I am cool.
I am cool. I don't know exactly. I have no clue exactly what this AI learns from.
Could it be that certain doctors are doctors because we're not seeing the bigger picture?
So what, most doctors aren't doctors because, well...
Chant this mantra to yourself.
Aren't all
Being
doctors
is special.
doctors?
Being is special.
Yeah, sometimes you get stuff you've already seen before.
Repeat to yourself. My being makes a difference.
My being makes a difference.
My being makes a difference. Keep in mind the old saying, existence is a horror movie about heaven.
A horror movie about heaven.
Take Take a deep breath. In. And out. Say to yourself, my mind is empty.
My mind is empty.
Try to focus on how your soul is separated from the self. Human consciousness is merely a reverberation brought forth by the self-exploratory nature of the inconceivable.
Okay.
Any individual who seeks notoriety seeks fruits. Chant this mantra to yourself. Go away.
Go away, my own sense of inadequacy. Go away, my own sense of inadequacy. Okay, that one makes sense. I thought I was just gonna ask you to say to yourself, go away. Wait, what?
Focus on your breathing.
Nice picture, by the way.
Doing drugs can be like a dumbass sausage party. Become the girls who makes other girls cut their hair.
Become the girl who makes other girls cut hair? What?
Can you feel how your testicles are interconnected with humanity itself?
No, I can't.
Keep your heart shut and allow yourself to hyperventilate carefully.
Hyperventilate carefully. I mean, that's something you typically do, like, without much consideration. You just do it quickly.
Repeat to yourself, existence is special. Existence is special. Existence is special.
How does one carefully hyperventilate, though? Yeah, whenever I picture or imagine hyperventilating,
to ignore the fact that your menstrual cycle is observing the ether?
Yeah, whenever I imagine hyperventilating, it's something I typically do, like, really rapidly, quickly. And that's not something I really do carefully.
Monk who was trying to find a vision when he encountered a woman. Dearest woman, wilt thou tell me where an ugly monk like myself find a vision? He asked the woman. The woman did not have to think at all. If you are looking for a vision, you cannot search in the village. Search inside you, said the woman. The monk blessed the woman. Then he exposed himself to her. 10 years later, while he was on his deathbed, the monk had a stroke of insight. Life is misery and that's just how it is. And became very much liked, and was even liked after his death.
I don't get why sometimes the characters in those stories expose themselves. I mean, it's not something you would expect, or you would reasonably do. That's not something that makes sense.
In ancient Greece,
put on a strip show after being given some advice from someone of the opposite sex.
To find a fish. That was when he ran into a priestess.
Trying to find a fish?
Can you please tell me where to find a fish?
The river.
Asked the priestess. The priestess did not have to think at all. I have no idea, said the priestess. The cobbler thanked the priestess. Then he cried. The following summer, when he was fondling a slave, the cobbler made a discovery to himself. Everything is wonderful as long as we have faith. And then he gained immortality.
Oh no.
Chant this mantra to yourself. Reality does not affect me. Reality does not affect me.
Yeah, I definitely had to do a double take on that one. The summer when he was fondling a slave.
There was once a fearless tracker who was trying to find the cure for death. When he
The
spotted
cure
a
for
fawn,
death, oh my.
young virgin.
Can't you not? Isn't that
Virgin,
impossible?
where can a fearless
I
tracker
know he can
like
put off
myself
death, but he
find the
can't
cure
cure
for
it, right?
death? He asked the virgin. The virgin immediately replied, "Of the cure for death I do not know, for
Me
I am but
neither.
a mere virgin."
For I'm
The
a mere
tracker was
virgin.
puzzled by the virgin's answer. Then he went to sleep. A couple of days later, while he was taking a bath, the tracker finally understood everything. Popular is he who recognizes his sun, but more popular is he who recognizes his chin. And when he perished, he was declared to be the most intelligent tracker ever to walk the earth.
So he never did find that cure for death, I take it.
Take a deep breath. In. And out. Keep your eyes closed and entertain the idea of this age-old folk wisdom. If you believe in yourself, everything that you might have finger-banged will never get unfinger-banged.
Yeah, I was definitely wondering when the erotic sounds were gonna come back.
Without a drink, there can be no surveillance state. Remember that, with dumb acts of heroism come dumb tyrants. Observe how you as an individual is transcending the floor beneath you.
Well, no shit, the floor is indeed beneath me. I know. Where else would the floor be?
Isn't it wonderful to take notice of how your bodily orifices are observing the infinite? Don't you think that feelings are profitable if you just listen to your heart? Always remember to save the rainforest.
Because I'm assuming...
Keep
I'm assuming the
focusing on
Amazon
breath while
is
thinking about
still
how
burning or
those who listen to
something.
the mind ought
I
not
remember
to
at least a
plan
year or
for
two
it.
ago, like, that was on fire, like, a law that was burning down was a serious problem.
Try to breathe with your gonad. There is a proven link between dancing and torture.
I want to find that link, please.
Have you tried to become alive?
Well, aren't we all usually typically alive anyways? Aren't we supposed to be
Breathe
alive
deeply.
by default?
Notice how your stored up chi is dissolving the ether. Be the first guy to try to laugh at someone that society does not expect you to laugh at. Take a deep breath. In. And out.
Okay, sure.
Once, in ancient Mesopotamia, there was a lazy traveler who was walking around on the plains in search of the Holy Grail, and encountered a tired, old maid. "Can you please tell me where to find the Holy Grail?" he asked the maid. The maiden quickly replied, "Of the Holy Grail I do not know, for I am only a maid." The traveler listened to the maid. Then he went home. Later that day the traveler finally understood what the maiden had meant. Generous is the pupil who believes in his frustration, but more generous is the pupil who believes in his love. and there was much rejoice.
Yeah, typically do.
Fatty foods can kill.
Well, I don't know, there's a dose of reality right there.
Entertain the idea that a very spiritual guru once said, "Spill the leash, waste the neighbor."
Wait, what? I really don't get it. I don't get it.
The cells in your body are now obliterating infinity. It's possible to be both a telemarketer and a world leader. Repeat this to yourself. Bodily needs can hurt you.
Bodily needs can't hurt you.
Focus on your breath.
Right back to the dark stuff again, I see.
Don't stop drinking and act great.
Don't stop drinking and act great? Well, it depends on what you're drinking. Maybe you should stop. Oh yeah, this picture's still a little
Repeat
creepy.
this mantra to yourself. My soul is enough. My soul is enough.
Not gonna lie, this one's still a little freaky. The lady with no pupils.
Invert your pelvis backwards. Hide unintended pain.
I'm guessing this is more like sexy pictures and erotic noises. I guess if you find that sexy.
Don't be a girl. It's not great.
It's not great being a girl.
Remember the ancient Chinese proverb, a shoe for a shoe, a hair for a hair.
One single hair?
Notice the sensation of how your intestines are starting to vibrate. Squeeze your stomach inwards.
Squeeze inwards? Okay, I guess I can do that at least. I guess I can sort of do that.
Notice the connection between your pineal gland and your physical self.
No, you meant shoe for shoe.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
Yeah, if someone destroys, wrecks your shoe, you wreck theirs.
And out.
Also, if someone rips out one of your hairs, you rip one back.
Remember how the knowing one said, causing problems includes problems.
Includes problems. I feel like we got one extra word there.
Remember the ancient proverb, much respected be the neighbor, for the neighbor pursueth the fellow man's son. Breasts are not supposed to hijack your intellect.
I never thought they were supposed to in the first place anyways.
You will always need to be more like a masterpiece.
Oh no, that actually sounds like something you might want to live by.
Festivity and self-consciousness all have in common. City. Consider that ancient Buddhist wisdom, exceptional lie degenerates exceptionally. Keep repeating this to yourself. Go away, bad karma.
Go away, bad karma.
Bad karma.
I don't know what it's trained on, as I've already said this a couple times, but Yeah, it's a robot writing this. It's trained on, obviously, a
Breathe
bunch of
deeply.
text.
Keep on letting go. Keep in mind that, with weak mistakes comes weak temptation. Repeat the mantra, I am really, really nothing.
I am really, really nothing.
Loose sleep over equality. Hurt victims. Prostitution is often like a car crash. Easy once you get the hang of it.
Yeah, because people get into
Stay
car
focused
crashes
on your
regularly. And suffer no serious injuries. Yeah, I like, because that totally makes sense.
Being true to yourself is normally accompanied by memory loss. There was once a bald-headed slave who was on a quest for shelter for the night in the town square. That was when he encountered an old single mother. Can you please tell me where to find shelter for the night? He asked the single mother. The single mother did not have to think for long. Shelter for the night cannot be found in the town square. Search everywhere. If you just look hard enough, replied the single
Search
mother.
everywhere,
The
oh
slave
my.
laughed at the single mother and walked on. A year later, as he was cutting his livestock, the slave had a stroke of insight.
As he was cutting his livestock, oh my, that's...
For he
sounds
shall
gruesome.
be relieved of heaven. And then he found shelter for the night, and he was never displeased again. Notice the sensation of how your breasts are drifting to your eyelids. Contemplate that cosmology is a factory that produces the singularity. Ignore the fact that warnings are confirmation that you are still trying. You can't be both a criminal and a pilot.
Yeah, I would doubt that they just let
Isn't
any
it
criminal
common to
become a
feel that
pilot.
your left hemisphere is disconnected from your skin? Put your soul into your spirit.
Nice mushroom, by the way.
Improving countries begins with you and me.
Yeah, it certainly does. I can agree.
Angry at the world? Eat more herbal tea.
Wait, eat tea? Don't you drink that? Yeah, sure, let's eat some tea that I'm normally supposed to
Repeat to
drink.
yourself, my mind is enough. My mind is enough.
I don't know,
My
maybe if
mind
you
is
just
enough.
freeze it and becomes solid, then you can eat it. Is that what you're being told to do? Is that one way to look at it?
Don't you think that assaults are the way they are because somebody's paying them? Time to stop reconsidering mindfulness?
What, so is it telling me I should maybe just end this stream soon?
Notice each point that connects your body to the self. Is it right for an adult woman who's afraid of online porn with no education to be afraid of online porn?
So what
Look
has
at
no
your sex
education, the
drive.
porn or the lady? I'm gonna guess the lady, because it wouldn't make much sense if the porn had no education. I mean, we're talking
Keep
about
chanting
videos
this
and
mantra.
images.
My existence is good.
Having education,
My
that makes no
existence
sense.
is good. My existence is good. Life does not want you to lactate. Observe how your lungs are reacting relatively to the walls around you. While some see intelligence, others see a monkey. Try to think about these words of wisdom. Essential oils are merely fears in need of someone to hold. Breathe deeply.
Yeah, sure, might as well.
Keep telling yourself that you are unique.
More normal sounding stuff. I see. What you'd
Notice
expect
the
from an
connection between your
inspirational
sense of being
scene.
and your star sign. Is entropy divisive? Without the promise of bestiality, one cannot get entertainment. In ancient Rome, a lonesome peasant once approached a beautiful witch and asked her, "Why is it so that you are so worshipped, you who are but a beautiful witch?"
I guess because she's beautiful.
Oh, the reason for that is that I always try to keep in mind that a beautiful witch is only a beautiful witch if the beautiful witch thinks herself to be a beautiful witch,
Oh
replied
my.
the witch.
Oh, wow.
The peasant had never before heard such wisdom spoken, and took it to his heart and took it with him for the rest of his life. And a couple of years later, he was forever haunted by the witch until the day he died.
Oh. What did he do to her? Doesn't sound like he did
Chant this
anything.
mantra to yourself. I am really not average.
I am really not average. I am really not average.
Keep breathing and keep in mind how the moon can be considered a place that doesn't exist. Keep in mind that, let he without beauty catapult his brother's cheese. Do you think that a certain part of anxieties turn out the way they do because everything is a trap? Predictability is actually a form of sluttiness. Remember that, to some people, winery means bottomless pit. Consider how magician is basically just another word for self-sufficient journalist.
I don't get it.
No magic, no dignity. Keep breathing and meditate on this ancient religious proverb. Get conquered. Think about how human imagination is actually the transection between the nature of space and the entropy of existence. Respect to all dogs, for always being innocent. You animal.
Right, so respect to all dogs then calls me an animal, sure thing.
Relaxing. Your ego is now disconnected from gravity. Remember how the ancient once said, make sure your workday is sabotaged.
I wonder how you ensure that.
Take a deep breath. Remember to say to yourself, my living is real.
My living is real.
Take a deep breath. In. And out. Tell yourself, my soul is sacred.
My soul is sacred.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath. In. And out. Take in how you and the air you breathe are connected.
Right, I guess now we're back
Attempt
underwater.
To loosen your breath. Without reinterpretation, there can be no human dignity.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do like some of these stock photos.
A poor woodsman once approached an attractive fortune teller and asked her, how can it be that you are so adored, you who were such an attractive fortune teller? The reason for is that I am not really an attractive fortune teller, replied the fortune teller. The woodsman had never before heard such insight stated so clearly, and carried it with him for the rest of his life, and later in his life, he died.
Well, that comes off as no surprise. It's gonna happen eventually.
Focus on your left nostril.
Oh, this one?
Existence is a lot like a fuck fest. Keep focusing on your breath.
Same picture. Wow,
Let
twice in a row.
yourself be guided by the old folk wisdom. Destroy the military-industrial complex. Spread light. Keep focusing on your breath while thinking about how you don't really have to seem intelligent. Breathe through your small intestine.
Yeah, I highly doubt that's actually possible.
A lazy hermit once approached an ugly old hag and asked her, how come you are so appreciated, you who are such an ugly old hag? That is because I do not see myself as an ugly old hag, replied the hag. The hermit had never before heard such wisdom as well articulated, and took it to his heart and carried it with him for the rest of his life. And a couple of years later, he died and became known as the most appreciated hermit ever to have lived.
I mean, the whole point of that, being a hermit, is that you just, like, you basically stay away from people, so how do people know about him?
Farmlands trying to acquire the ultimate
I mean,
weapon.
didn't he spend, like, most of his life staying away from
That's when
people?
he came upon an attractive seer. Can you tell me where in the kingdom I can find the ultimate weapon? He asked the seer. The seer immediately replied, of the ultimate weapon I do not know, for I am but a mere seer. The farm boy groped the seer. Then he laughed at her. That night the farm boy finally understood everything. Wise is the husband who believes in his horrors, for he shall take possession of climax. And then he died. Only men give up on boredom.
Yeah, imagine groping someone and then just laughing at them. As if groping them doesn't come off as strange enough to begin with.
A long time ago, there was a highly regarded fiddler who was trying to acquire ayahuasca when he ran into an old
Acquire
princess.
what?
Princess,
Ayahuasca?
where can I find ayahuasca? He asked the princess.
What is that?
Immediately she answered him, ayahuasca is everywhere, if you just look hard enough. The fiddler thought long and hard about the princess's answer. Then he asked her to marry him.
Alright, it's a real thing.
The following spring, the fiddler
it is
finally
real.
understood what the princess had meant. Each and every one of us is all God if only we do our best. And he laughed.
Plant-based psychedelic can alter a person's thinking, sense of time, and emotions. They can hallucinate.
A long time ago lived a lonesome warlord who was born and raised in a tower. One day, a dragon slayer approached him and said, "Tell me, kind warlord, where can I find eternal happiness?" The warlord kept quiet. "Why are you so reluctant towards me?" asked the dragon slayer. "That is because I know that a dragon slayer is a friend as much as a friend is a friend," replied the warlord.
The fuck?
The dragon slayer accepted this, and became like a friend to the warlord in all meanings of the world, and later that fall he died under mysterious circumstances.
Mysterious circumstances.
The fact that you are intoxicated is what makes you a lardass. Remember that a great master said, "Okay, reason corrupts Oakley."
Oakley. Oakley, I guess.
Contemplate that very old saying, get hated.
Get hated.
When you aspire to cheap thrills, you also aspire to hatred. Pay attention to the way that you and your physical self are one with the universe. Remember the ancient Chinese saying, "Virtuous is he that pulleth the leg of his neighbor, for he also pulleth the leg of himself."
I don't get it, still.
Keep your eyes shut.
I don't get a lot of this, honestly.
Chant this mantra to yourself. Life has meaning.
Life has meaning.
Doctors might someday protest pleasure. Let yourself be guided by the ancient Buddhist proverb. The only distinction between opium and failure is that failure is the gift that keeps on giving. Remember that. Before the confession comes the elite.
Okay.
Losing your mind? Act.
I guess that makes sense, sort of.
Resume
Act,
opening.
but act how? Just says act. Just act if you're losing your mind.
Take a deep breath. Always embrace the finances of being original. Isn't it satisfying to try to focus on how your sphincter is breathing together with infinity?
Well, of course I do. Of course I have a Discord.
Chant this mantra to yourself. My life is significant.
My life is significant.
My life is significant.
What is a sphincter? Does it have something to do with... Okay, it looks like it's around the genital area.
Direct your attention on your personality.
From what I'm seeing.
To achieve
Circular
the right
muscle
state, entertain
that
the
normally
idea of these words of
maintains
wisdom.
constriction
With
of a natural
theatrical
body
patience
passage
comes
or orifice,
theatrical sadness.
and which relaxes as required by normal physiological functioning. Over 60 types in the human body.
If you will not make policemen pay for their mistakes, someone else will.
We got
Don't
apparently
say
over
never.
60 of these.
Contextualize. Repeat this mantra to yourself. My soul is special.
My soul is special.
Focus on your heart.
I guess.
Feel how your head is letting go of infinity. A long time ago there was a humble knight who was trying to find a new wife in the wetlands when he encountered a pretty lady. Lady, where can a humble
seems
knight
promising.
like myself find a new wife? He asked the lady. The lady thought long and hard, then she answered, what you are looking for cannot be in the wetlands. Search in the house where you were born. The knight became confused by the lady's answer. Then he murdered her and dumped her body in a well. Later that day, the knight had an epiphany. Each and every one of us is on the side of evil, and there's nothing no one can do about it. And he lived happily ever after.
Each and every one of us is on the side of evil. Realizes after he murdered someone, and then he lived happily ever after.
Learn, abide, and be boring.
Alright, just be boring. Sure.
Take a deep breath.
In and out? Or just not take a deep breath? Oh, there's that frog again.
A soul is scary. Conversation steps on more rumors than less stew, in general. Say to yourself repeatedly, my living is good.
My living is good.
My living is good.
Okay, getting some more of the dark
Relativity
images
is not to
again.
dream, but to overdream. Being aware that you are easily aroused makes you intelligent. cruel and unusual punishment is important in order to weigh. Computers may look simple, but they are not.
Well, that's very true. Computers are indeed not simple. When you really get to look at them closely.
Keep breathing.
I don't know, sometimes Inspirobot just hits the nail on the head.
Entertain the idea how the inventor of yoga once said, the only difference between a guardian and a dog is that a dog has a consciousness.
There's that person again. I assume
There
that
are
lady with the
hipsters
long
who
hair.
make use of intolerance. Working as a waiter can be surprisingly similar to selling drugs.
Okay, how though?
In ancient India, a greedy clergyman once approached an old girl and asked her, "Tell me, girl, how come you're so intelligent, you who are only an old girl?" "That is because I do not consider myself an old girl," replied the girl. The clergyman had never before heard such words stated so clearly, and took it to his heart and remembered it for the rest of his life, and a couple of years later, he went home. Pay attention to how your butt cheeks are tickling your mind.
That probably really isn't possible. First of all, my butt's
Take a deep
down. Well, I would be pointing off camera, and my mind's up here somewhere. My butt cheeks are currently out of the shot.
Can you feel how the cells in your body are melting together with the earth?
Mindfulness.
Keep focusing on your breath. Don't forget that with unforgivable targets of ridicule come unforgivable lessons. Keep on breathing. Pay attention to the way that your muscles and the trees are interdependent.
I don't know, they keep losing a lot of photos.
Cute.
Cute. About to turn into a man just only now? I mean, didn't that happen years ago?
Try not to think about the fact that after the memories comes the awkwardness. Inhale. And exhale. Take notice of how your thoughts and the earth are interconnected. Remember these words of wisdom. A poor developer can often be turned into a poor father. You must always transmit disease.
Always transmit disease? That's probably really not a good idea.
Let this old folk wisdom be your guide. After the message comes the universe. Isn't it kind of obvious that seconds can be kind of a turn on someday? Keep focusing on your breath.
I don't know, I might just call it a stream soon.
Isn't it arousing to observe how your thoughts are independent from nature?
I might just generate some quotes outside of mindfulness mode
You can
first, though,
shrink
before
things
calling
that
it a
nobody
stream.
else will shrink.
But yeah, I think I'm likely gonna end it here soon.
Take a deep breath. Just because you are persistent doesn't necessarily mean that you are not feminine. Do you notice how your awareness is connecting with time itself? Keep on breathing. Defeat at home, defeat a boyfriend, but prepare for value.
Wait, what? What? What does that even mean? Something, prepare for value?
Means nothing.
I don't know, I'll try. As I walk right into one.
Force yourself to extend your pineal gland. Social is as social does.
Yeah, will do. Good night. And yes,
Quit
I do
like
have a
on
Discord
Mars.
server. If you're wondering, you can just look at basically the links at the bottom of the Streamlight on the layout.
You really are an intelligent piece of meat. That's right. An intelligent piece of meat.
I guess that is definitely one way to look at yourself. A piece of meat.
We cannot save the world by living for each other, but we can save the world by inspiring each other.
I mean, it's true, but... yeah, you're not supposed to eat like human meat.
Keep on bedwetting. They who base their lives on the elite prepare to destroy banks. Keep your eyes closed and meditate on this ancient Chinese saying, "There's no law ordering you to walk on the moon." Your attention is disconnected from the world.
So I think I'll just generate quotes without the mindfulness mode. And just see what pops up. Increase realism. Weakness is all about making love to the camera just to get a reaction. Be the first to become what lesser intelligent people find unbecomable. Travel agents become travel agents because they don't have any other options. Answer the police. Picture of an atomic bomb. Picture of a mushroom cloud from a bomb going off. Answer the police. Because what, if we don't, that's gonna happen to my house or something? Only when you manage to comprehend the bright side of friendships will you actually experience the meaning of life. Oh no, that's actually a good quote. Contamination causes a contradiction. This one, not so much, I don't think. That one I'm gonna guess not so much. Make tits. Lick subway poles. Yeah, that second one's probably a bad idea with the potential of COVID germs just going around. That's probably not a good idea, especially the second one. And make tits. How do you make tits besides just drawing them? All you need to be strong is death and self-knowledge. A facelift is to be enjoyed responsibly. After the annoying friend comes sex. Without power, there can be no qualities. Don't you get tired of hyper-normalizing? Bacon is jaw-dropping. That's it. That's the quote. Water is morning dew, fooled by its own illusions. Make reality your husband, and your husband your employer. Barkeepers become barkeepers because of insecurity. The free market is real. Just straightforward, it's real. Free market. Lizards can be disappointing. What altruism has sexuality ever done for the elite? Nothing. When they hear kitchen, a lot of people think supervillain's top secret lair. You can act normal around things that everybody else refuses to act normal around. We can all be satanic if we want to. And nice lady holding an umbrella to go along with that we can all be satanic. Yeah, because that's totally what I picture when I think of being Satanist. Many people become rock stars because they think they're being edgy. If you prepare for procrastination, try not to design a trap for time. Okay, Mr. Killer Clown. Sure. Write a blog post about unpredictable mood swings. Reproduction is entertainment for the crowds. Give the rest of your life to live. Give the rest of your life to life, faith, healing, and guilt. Train all authors. A human right is never just a human right. An act of defiance is never just an act of defiance. If you try, you can be the first to shut up about things that the rest of the world refuses to shut up about. An asshole is a business person with a stick up his ass. Being alive is all about being shockingly brainwashed. I guess one more at this point. Change. Bad for fun. I don't know, one more. Making love is more like getting your teeth kicked in over and over, and less like obesity when you think about it. Okay, I'm actually just gonna end it here. Whoever watched, I hope they enjoyed, and good night, everyone.